Number 3, the solar system alignment verifies a recent history. Without any indication of an internal dynamo to maintain its strength, the magnetic field of Jupiter is extremely powerful. And our space program cataloged just how powerful it actually is. The fields of Uranus and Neptune are also quite strong. If, as secular astronomers believe, these planets are really billions of years old, their magnetic fields would be extremely weak by now. Yet they're not. A reasonable explanation for this is that these planets are only a few thousand years old because of the strength. Late in 1993, planetary scientist George Witherell of the Carnegie Institute of Washington, D.C., made an exciting discovery about our solar system. In observing computer simulations of our solar system, he found that without a Jupiter-sized planet positioned just where it is, Earth would be struck about 1,000 times more frequently than it is already by comets and comet debris. There is an alignment of this system. Jupiter, 2.5 times more massive than all the other planets combined, either draws comets by gravity to collide with itself, as it did in July 1994, or more commonly, it deflects comets right out of the solar system. In Witherell's words, if it were not for Jupiter, we wouldn't be around to study the origin of the system at all. Okay, you learning anything? I'm glad. French astrophysicist Jacques Lasquer determined that if the outer planets were less orbitally regular, then the inner planets' motions would be chaotic, and Earth would suffer orbital changes so extreme as to disrupt its climatic stability. Such precise alignment of the interrelated solar system indicates design and recently. Number 4, the young age of the sun displays a recent history. The age of the sun displays a recent history. Writing in the respected British journal Nature, one of the world's 2 most prestigious scientific journals, that and Science in the US, a team of Russian astronomers showed how their research pointed clearly to the startling fact that the sun does not even seem to possess a large, dense, burning core. Now that's signally important. Why? Instead, their results showed the sun is bearing the characteristics of a very young, homogeneous star with a center not even burning yet. It corresponds with the early stages of computer models. The solar neutrino emission is that of a young star, and the lithium-beryllium abundance in the sun is consistent with that of a young star. Now watch this. Supernova shell shock in stars and galaxies echoes a recent history. As reported by David Copperidge of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, supernova remnants, SNRs, are shells of material expanding outward from stellar explosions as a star condenses, collapses, and explodes. In the case of RCW 86 in Centaurus, the calculated time of the explosion from our normal astrophysical calculations was 10,000 years. Astronomers now realize it was witnessed by Chinese astronomers just 1,821 years ago. Oops. I guess our calculations are off, and you understand it's not just off by 8,000 years. The basis for the calculations has to be calibrated with the space involved, so it's off phenomenally. A pulsar thought to be 24,000 years old was photographed by the Chandra telescope in 2003. Astronomers later realized it lined up with a supernova observed by the Chinese in 8386, 1,700 years ago, but it's supposed to be 24,000 years ago. Light echoes from 2 ancient SNRs in the Large Magellanic Cloud were recently reported to be merely 410 and 610 years old when they were supposed to be extremely ancient? Well, they're catching on a little bit into time, but not enough to change the entire concept. Why not? If you change the concept and admit that all of this was created, there has to be a creator. And if there was a creator, we have to give an account to him. That's the problem. You can say amen around here. It's legal here. Always will be. Recently, it was reported by a major, in a major debate, that, and reported by Dr. May, a brilliant British scholar, that there are two tenets to atheism. And that applies to this. If the whole thing is recalibrated and aligned properly, that means it was created. If it was created, there had to be a creator. Has to be a God involved. So Dr. May reported that there are two tenets to atheism. Number one, there is no God. Number two, I hate him. That really is the bottom line. You say, you're being ridiculous. No, that's profound. I went through extremely difficult times as a teenager because of this very fact, wrestling with, if there is a God, I have to give an account to him. That is the bottom line. And really, did you know that Darwin's bulldog admitted, and his grandson admitted again, we didn't adopt evolution because there was evidence pointing to it. We adopted it because it permitted us to do what we wanted to do without giving an account to anybody. But I got news. Sooner or later, we're all going to give an account.